do this easier with Cinema 4D or anything. And here's another one I was kind of messing around with. Oops. Where it has two logos coming in. But that might be for another day, because that would take like twice as long as this tutorial. Anyway, so I like to let you know in advance this is not going to be a noob-friendly tutorial. You're going to have to know some stuff about After Effects to kind of follow along. But I'm going to try my best. So let's go ahead and make a new composition. I'm going to call this pre-final. Alright, and 10 seconds, 1280 by 720, blah blah blah. And I spelled final wrong, but whatever. Alright, so let's start by making a new camera. 35 is fine. Okay. And a new null object. Make this null object 3D by hitting the 3D layer switch right here. And parent the camera to the null with this little swirly thing. Up to the null. So if we move the null, the camera will follow with it. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our little scene. So let's make a new solid. Size doesn't matter. Let's call this floor. And black is fine. We're going to go over to our effects and presets and type in, once this stupid thing loads, type in ramp. Generate ramp. Drag that onto your floor. And let's go ahead and make this black a dark gray. Turn your floor into a 3D layer. Push R for rotation. Rotate it -90 degrees for the X rotation. -90. Right, and then let's go to a custom view really quick so we kind of see what we got here. Got our floor. And it's a little skinny, so what we're going to do is go over here and type motion tile, drag that onto your floor, and increase the output width to maybe 300, doesn't matter. It's not going to be that, like, we don't need that, but whatever. Okay, once you've done that, duplicate your floor, call this the wall, hit R for rotation, and rotate it back up to -180 for the X rotation. Push P for position, scoot it back, so using the Z parameter, until it's that, back to the floor, and move it up so it makes a little connection. Let's see, right there. Looks good. So going back to our active camera, and we're on the plane of the floor, so go to your null object, push P, and raise or lower the Y position. So got this floor looking thing there, right? So once we got that, now we need to make our 3D logo and stuff. So let's make a new composition. Call this logo comp. 720. It got to be the same size. Okay. Click OK. Now I'm going to be using my friend's logo from TS Designs. So I'm just going to drag this out here, and pretty large. I'm going to scale this down. Let's center this by bringing up the title action safe, and just kind of doing it how you like it. It's a little large still, so up there. And this is all going to be done procedurally, so I'll show you what that means later, and this will make this a lot easier to work with. Okay. So once we have that, take your logo comp, drag it into the new comp button right next to your 8-bit channel, 16 or 32, whatever you're working with. So it makes a logo comp 2. So let's rename this to logo texture. Okay? So we can leave that for right now. Now take your logo comp, drag it into a new comp again. So we have logo comp 2. Rename this to logo edges. And then let's see here. Okay, we'll work with the edges now. So let's double click on edges. So we're in that comp. Duplicate this logo comp down here. So we have 2 of these. Go to your effects and presets and type in choker, simple choker, drag it on the top layer. Now let's choke it about I think it was 5 pixels, and then you change the track matte, excuse me, of the lower comp to alpha matte. Just kidding, alpha inverted. There we go. So it makes these little lines of the logo. Okay. Now let's go to our texture now, and we will take our edges and drag that on. We will fill this, so type in fill, drag it onto your edges. Let's fill this. I use like a really light white. Okay. So if you see, so we got basically this, and we need to make a new layer. Call this noise. Doesn't matter what color, because we'll put on a fractal noise. Drag this on. And I believe I used complexity, turn this down a lot. I think it was like 1. Yeah, let's see. So contrast, boost the contrast a lot. A lot. And let's probably scale this down a little bit. Actually, we can play with it later, but brightness a little bit down maybe. About there. So what's going to happen is these edges, you're going to use the track matte of Luma Matte. So we only have like part of those edges showing up. And what's going to happen is we're going to animate the evolution. So click the stopwatch, move forward till about let's say 4 seconds when our animation, when you want it to stop basically. Let's just go ahead and move it 3. So let's see how this looks. So got some lines moving everywhere, it's going crazy. Blah blah. Go ahead and push view and click easy ease, keyframe assistant, easy ease. So it'll gradually slow down and oh look, nice. Alright, go ahead and make a new comp again. We call this side texture. Same size, everything. Go back to the texture and copy the noise and paste it over here. And click the eye. So we have that same goopy stuff, right? And it should stop around 4 seconds. Alright. Let's see. Okay, so let's go back over here. So now we're going to actually start our 3D stuff. So let's make a new solid. Call it 3D logo. Right. Go over here and type shatter. Now this is a interesting effect that makes 3D stuff. There's a lot of limitations for this, like lighting. It's kind of weird. The camera stuff I haven't really figured out exactly because it gets off. Doesn't create shadows, etc. So what we're gonna do first is drag in our logo comp, edges, texture, and side texture into this comp, and turn these off because we don't need to see them. Right. The 3D logo. Let's go to shape and change bricks to custom, and then the map we're gonna do logo comp. So there we go. But let's see if it shows it. Come on. Maybe put it down the cord. Yeah, it kind of falls and stuff. That's because there's a force, because it's supposed to be like an explosion effect. So turn everything down to 0. And physics, turn the gravity down to 0 as well. So we just get the static thing. Okay. And extrusion depth. That's how far we want our logo to extend. If you can kind of see this, like if I change the camera, so we got this, 3D looking thing. So I used about, let's see, extrusion. I think I used 1. Okay. Camera. Let's go to the camera now. Focal length. This needs to be the same as your camera that you made in the beginning. So 35 millimeters. So change your camera focal length to 35. Now it's pretty far away, so let's go ahead and, where is it? Z position, move that back to where you want it to end. Okay. Let's go up to 4 seconds. Keyframe the Z position and all the rotations. And let's scoot back. Let's rotate this. I think I did like all 45s for this. 45. And then bring the Z position towards the camera and past it. So it'll fly past us. Logo comes in and stops. Of course, we're going to add easy ease stuff later. But to get the shiny effects, here's what I did. So go into your 3D logo, shatter, go to textures, front mode layer, front layer, we're going to use the logo texture. So we got a little bit of lines coming in. See these? Let's see. Lines are kind of moving. Looks like it's almost shiny, you know? See that? Yeah. Alright, so side texture. Obviously this is going to be side texture. And with that animating, you get these shiny little lines on the sides of your logo. Looks all shiny stuff. And then back layer, we're not really seeing the back, but it's just going to be, I'll skip that for now, whatever. Now it seems a little kind of dim, so go to lighting and just turn up the ambient light a little bit. About 0.5. So makes the whites a little bit brighter. Makes it look really shiny now. And here's another trick I used for lighting. So go to your front texture. Go ahead and make an adjustment layer. And go to curves, drag that onto your adjustment layer, and brighten the darks up about halfway, I think. Maybe that's too much. Like that. And use your pen tool to kind of make like a curvy shape like that. And just go ahead and close it. And animate the position of this. So at 4 seconds, we want it to stop. Let's see, let's move it right about, I don't know, about there. And then the beginning, we want this to go down, pretty much fill the whole thing. So when we look at this now, we find it'll zoom in here, and then the brightness of the front kind of looks like it's moving, kind of like a realistic reflection. But of course, they're not real because this is After Effects and it's not really a 3D program at all. Okay. And that's the gist of that. Stop biting on my headset, kitty. Get out of here. Okay, to make a shadow, what I use is I duplicated the 3D logo, turned that into a 3D layer, rotated it -90, I believe. Yeah. And blurred it out. Fast blur. I think I used like 25 or something. Probably more than that, 50. Yeah. Alright. So it stopped, the animation stops at 4 seconds, so I'm going to push P, Shift S to bring out the position and the scale, keyframe those. Bring it forward, and let's see, just scoot this back a lot and just scale it down to maybe like 50%. And put this under your 3D logo, because this is the shadow. Alright, so it's kind of like, and we might just want to go ahead and click fill, put that before the blur, and make it black, or even just a light gray. So it's a fake shadow, but it looks right. And you don't have to do this either, but it makes your intro that much better. Call this flare. If you have optical flares, go ahead and put that on. Here's what I did. Go to options, and I believe I used presets. Kind of slow here, sorry. Light, and then JJ down here with the two little anamorphic flares. Pretty sexy, I think. And then go ahead and put that on the side middle and set the transfer mode to add. Yeah. So it comes in. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to go over today. Dang it, we're up to like 15 minutes now. Darn it, I didn't want to go this late. I might have to split it up into 2 parts, I'm not sure. But, alright, well, since I'm going to do that, I'll just go ahead and keep going a little bit. So let's go ahead and take our text tool, type right under here. Name. Yeah. Key, stop playing with the papers! Alright, sorry. Go ahead and put a ramp on that. And move the endpoints down. And you can change the colors, but I don't really want it. Ouch! Sorry. Don't want to go over that. Just go ahead and put your name there. Alright, don't know what else to go over, so guess I'll just stop here, I guess. Oh, and what I was saying about procedural is if you change the logo comp over here in the very beginning, let's say if we put a text here like LOL, and let me just size this up. Whoa. Size this up, put it in the middle again, take off that logo, go all the way in the front, look at that. A giant LOL. And everything changes just like that. It's pretty easy. And you get some nice edge reflections, side reflections. I think it looks decent for After Effects. Yeah. So sorry if this was long and it was kind of out of control, confusing at all. What I'm gonna do with the project file is I don't really want to just give it out right away because I want you guys to learn from these, and I want to see that you learn from these. So if you can go ahead and follow this and kind of recreate this tutorial, and you show me that you can really do it, then I'll let you have it. But that's basically it. Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll stop now. Make sure to like the video, please. I love you. Okay, bye.